Clarity in everyday life can seem impossible when you have so many responsibilities and people demanding things from you from every direction. This is Dr. Spencer Coaches. Today I'm going to talk to you about having clarity and maintaining focus in everyday life. And I'm bringing this up because I have a patient who's a medical doctor, and I was doing some body work on her, and she was very stressful. And what I could see is her actual scenario, because people's memories come out of their muscles. And what I saw was all of these nurses and other doctors demanding things from her, asking her to do things, and one after another. And it was overwhelming her nervous system because we store stress inside of her body. And as I was releasing this tension, these memories were coming out. So this made me bring this up because I run my own practice or have my own business. And, I have to manage multiple patients, my time and schedule. I used to have employees. And it can seem overwhelming at times. But what I realized is just living in the present moment and prioritizing is what enables me to maintain clarity. Knowing what my responsibilities are and are not. Knowing the clear actions and what needs to happen and what to do next. Now, you may call it scheduling, but it goes deeper than just scheduling. And what I've adopted is called the Eisenhower matrix. And what it involves is basically you're prioritizing the deeds for the day, what needs to get done for the day. Because in my coaching, I help people fulfill their goals. And part of that is, not just scheduling, prioritizing. Because if your daily goals are met, your weekly goal will be met. If your weekly goal is met, your monthly goal is met. If your monthly goal is met, your quarterly goal is met. If your quarterly goals are being met, the yearly goal will be met. So you'll be able to manifest that what you want to do. So this is this in a nutshell. Through the Eisenhower matrix, the daily priorities are categorized into four main categories. And that is most important and imperative. It must get done now. It's important and imperative. So there's only about 2 to 3 things on that list that are actually fulfills both of those parameters, both important and needs to get done now. You'll be surprised when you eliminate everything out of that box, how things can actually be prioritized. Because as long as those 2 to 3 things, see, a lot of people create a list of things to do, and you'll put 10, 20 things on there, and you'll try to check it off and get through them all, and be like, oh my God, there's not enough time in a day. And when you feel overwhelmed, you go into a flight or fight response. Your sympathetic nervous system begins to get, let's just say it is now being brought to the forefront of your beingness, and that narrows your vision and narrows your mind. You get tunnel vision. You can't see anything. So, and then you can't see possibility and potential. And that's when you start to snap at people, become short-tempered, and things of that nature. You don't get things done because you can't think clearly when you're under stress. So if you can prioritize your day and have a clear idea of what needs to get done right now, there's only 2 or 3 things to get done. And then after that, there is important but not imperative. And then there's imperative, it needs to get done today or tomorrow, but it's not that important. So what it is when it's important but not imperative, you can schedule that out. It doesn't need to get done right now. It can get done later in the day, perhaps tomorrow. And then you put that in a schedule. The other stuff where it needs to get done today, but it's not so important, then you delegate it. It's not important to you. I mean, maybe it's important for the business, but maybe it's some type of bookkeeping or something. Then you hire a bookkeeper. You hire the accountant. You hire a secretary. You can hire a virtual assistant. You hire a scheduler. You hire a marketer. You delegate these responsibilities off to other people. This way, you don't even have to think about it. All you got to do is make sure it gets done by asking them if it got done or not. And that's managing employees. That's when you have employees work for you or people who are contracted with you. Then the other side is not important and it's not imperative. Doesn't need to get done today. It's not even on the list of things to do. It doesn't even need to be thought of. And taking the stuff that's in this box and not even thinking about it totally takes so much weight off of your shoulders. Try it. I use it in my life. Now, there's multiple systems of prioritizing your day and your week. This is what works for me. I really love the Eisenhower matrix. You can look it up on YouTube. There's plenty of videos on it, but I encourage you to explore this or another method. But for me, just narrowing down the most important and most imperative, just down to 2 or 3 things. The big problem that people have is you put 10 things in that category when they're actually not important, but imperative, or imperative and not important. But very few of them actually fall under both being imperative, needs to get done now, and it's important. So there's only 2 to 3 things. The rest of it is going to go into either one of the other 2 boxes: important, not imperative, imperative, but not important, or it gets just thrown out into the not important, not imperative. You don't even have to think about it. 4 categories. Try that out. Let me know if it works for you. Leave a comment below in the box. I'm a life coach. I'm here to help you succeed, to heal, and create the reality you want to create, fulfill the goals you want to create. I do that through my 5-step program. First, I learn more about you, and then we figure out a plan to get you to where you want to be. What do you want to create for yourself? What goals do you have? And then after that, we go over the second module, which is mindset. Believe it or not, it's not about goal setting. It's really your mind. The mindset is most important, because if you're not focused and you're not clear and you have limiting beliefs and you doubt yourself, no matter what goal you create, it's not going to get done. And after that, we need to work on the skills. What are your skill set to fulfilling those goals? Whether it's communication, whether it's accounting, or whether it's some type of self-development type of technique that you can practice on a daily basis. You need to develop skills to develop your competency and your confidence. And then the 4th one is going to be commitment and persistency. Because if you're not committed, you're not persistent, believe it or not, all it takes is persistent action to get things done. And then after that is healing, because wounds of trauma are going to come up. They're going to keep you from committing. Stories about how the world is not what you want it to be, not ideal. It all comes from trauma. And we're going to work that out and help you heal and find resolution. So go ahead and leave a comment below. My contact information will be in the description or somewhere below this video. This is Dr. Spencer Coaches. I sure hope this helps. Thank you so much for listening.